Hey guys, welcome back to Coffee and Cards, AHG. Look at my new mug, Witch's Brew. That's really cool. I love it. I'm really excited. Yes, it's very hot. I lost the sleeve that goes on it to make it not hot. It's a bamboo mug. Anyway, um, while I'm shuffling, I'm just gonna update you guys on some stuff. So, I have actually, what is this, like a vlog where I do readings? Anyway, I started working in a shop. Well, I've done one day so far. And I'm not really sure about when I can do my second day. But I managed to get 2 face-to-face readings that day, and that was my first face-to-face reading in a really long time. So it just reminds me that, sorry, totally went out of focus there. It just reminds me that, guys, when I'm giving you your reading, it is a reading from your guides telling you exactly what you need to know to get you further on your path. Okay? So if you come to me with like questions, like I'm going to give you a reading, and then if you ask questions later, the answer to the question will be in the reading I just gave you. That's happened to me multiple times now. So if your guides are telling you you're focusing too much outward, you are looking at things that you can't control right now, and what you need to be trying to control is how you're treating yourself, and you need to look after yourself, and other things in your life will start to just calm down a bit. Once you have a better relationship with yourself, the world will have a better relationship with you. If you have more issues inside that you're not dealing with, more issues will come to you. So, if after a reading like that, you come to me like, okay, but I have this problem, how do I fix this problem? The answer will always be you need to look inward and work on yourself right now, and then your outside world will like all come together. So, yeah, sometimes people are just looking for easy answers. They're like, oh, yeah, what you have to do is say this thing and then everything's okay. But that's not really how it works. Your guides are here to tell you what you need to focus on. And if you keep trying to divert the reading somewhere else, then it just shows how out of alignment with what you're supposed to be doing that you are. You need to do the thing that they say, and that is what will help everything else. It shows how unlikely you are to follow through with the advice that you're getting from your guides. If you are just constantly ignoring the information that you've already been given just to ask more questions, where the answer will be the same. So keep that in mind when you're receiving a reading and you have questions afterwards. Try and think to yourself whether the information you've gotten will help you with the thing that you're worried about. Because most likely it will. It's just not what we expect. It's not like, oh, well, this dude's being mean to me, so, like, how do I stop him from doing that? And if your thing was, like, to look within, you need to look within, okay? It's not going to be like, okay, well, say this to the guy. No. It might be like, okay, well, I've told you multiple times that you need to look within, so what else can I tell you that might be helpful? You need to send positive energy outwards toward the person, because they're clearly not okay if they're doing this to you. But in order to do that, first you have to look within and work on yourself. So yeah. So that's my little rant. Anyway, I guess this will be a separate video to the actual reading. So I'm just gonna end this and then start a new video for the reading. You know what? I can't be bothered. Let's just do the reading. Then I'll cut that bit out and put it somewhere else as well. Anyway, feelings. Not very often that I actually want to read the word on the card, but it just jumped at me. Feelings. Okay, so it feels at the moment like you're trapped in, oh, it's like looking back on the past with like nostalgia, I suppose, and longing for feelings that you used to have, longing for a, a life that you used to have, or at least the way that you felt about your life back then. And it's like, why can't I feel that way now? I just keep looking back at this past, and it's so disconnecting from your current reality. And how are you supposed to move forward in your life if you have all of your focus on the past? You're not going to move forward at all. You're not going to get anywhere. You're just putting up a barrier, a wall between you and where you're meant to be going next. So it might take you years to get to where you're supposed to be going right now. Just because you're choosing, well, right now isn't as good as back then. And back then was good times, and I miss that, and I'm going to keep looking at that over there because that was good. But you need to see what you are now. You need to see your life now, and you need to allow yourself to be in it. You can't just create a future which is your past by not moving. You can't create it. You just can't do that. If you want to create a similar feeling to the past, then longing for that isn't going to move you toward getting there. What are you trying to do? You're trying to go backwards? Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to move your life in reverse? Because that's really not going to help you at all with anything. You can even see people, you notice more people in your life or in the world that are going toward that kind of life, and you're missing it. You're like, okay, well, those people are doing that, so why can't I go back to that? And your guides want you to know right now that is not your path. You're not meant to go back there. You've been there. These people haven't been there before. That's where they're up to. Now you need to go to where you're up to. You need to live in your now, and you need to move toward your future. If you manage to see somebody in your life, in your world, you might not be close, you might be, I don't know. But if you notice someone in your life who is going against what everyone else is doing, who is actually progressing in a different direction to all those people that are going to what you used to be, that is the person to look to. And I'm not saying go to them and be like, hey man, I want to do my life just like that. Can you help me do that? You just notice that and appreciate the energy that they have, because that is the kind of energy that will help you appreciate where you are right now. That is what is important for you. Let yourself focus your attention not on all the people that are moving back to where you used to be, but on the people in your life that you've noticed that are moving in a direction that actually feels new and raises a little bit of excitement, raises vibration, rather than looking back and feeling low and feeling sad and feeling just like you're missing doing that. That's not helpful. Stop doing things that aren't helpful for you. Please. You'll notice that your life will start to flow in the right direction when you shift your focus on a different kind of energy. What kind of energy would you like to feel? Would you like to feel progress and moving forward? Would you like to feel proud of yourself for experiencing something new and getting through that? Or would you like to feel like you're moving backwards? You really need to think about what you want. That's the only thing that's important. What do you want? Do you really want to go back to the past, or do you want to create a new future where you could possibly feel better than you did then? It might make you a little bit nervous. You might be a bit unsure of your path forward. And in a way, you might even feel undeserving of the path forward that is laid out in front of you. It's like you can see, yeah, sure, there is like a chance that things could get better and like change in a cool way, but you know, is that for me, or is that for people that are in a better place in life right now? Is that for me, or is that for people who haven't made the mistakes that I've made? I'm telling you right now, you made those mistakes for a reason. So you really need to accept the fact that that path is for you. You can move forward because that is what you were born to do. Have you ever wondered what you were born to do? You were born to follow your path, which feels new, which feels exciting, and which will give you more experiences, more memories. And then following that path will take you to your purpose. Everybody is born to follow the path that will take them to their purpose. There are obviously a lot of people in the world. See, I just had like people in the back of my head being like, some people just like do terrible things and then die young, and what was so good about their path? Well, you know, we all have things to learn from all of these different things. People need to experience terrible things in their life in order to have something to grow from. It sucks, but it's the reality of it, which doesn't suck. Obviously, when you're going through hard times, yes, it sucks. Once you're all through it and you've reached new heights and you've realized the strength and courage in yourself that you probably weren't paying attention to before, things change. You need to learn to use language with yourself, with your environment, which will help shift you from this part to this part. Will help shift you from being stuck, looking to the past, and then you deciding to come out of that and then look the other way toward the light. And it's not gonna be the quickest transition. It's not gonna be like, hey, I said a positive thing today, therefore I'm supposed to be on my new path, but things still feel the same. It's not how it works. You talk to your guides. Look, you might not be able to hear them. If you could, you probably wouldn't be like watching my video, would you? Probably not. But doesn't matter if you can't hear their response. Talk to them. Be like, man, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing, okay? And I appreciate that you're here. I know you're here. Just like acknowledge that they're there. Even if you don't feel like you're getting any signs that they're there, they're there. They're always there. So just be, be like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to eat for breakfast. I don't know if I should talk to that guy. I don't know how to get these people out of my life. I'm really confused about what's going on right now. But putting all that stuff out there is good. And then changing your language when it comes to your self talk will make a huge, huge difference. You say to yourself, I don't know if you're someone that talks to yourself often. If you're not, give it a go. If you are, it'll be easy for you. So, do you notice yourself saying things that aren't very nice to yourself? When you say that, be like, oh, whoops, my bad. I didn't mean that. I was just not feeling very good when I said that. I'm sorry. And let yourself, like, accept that. Be like, oh, man, that's okay. It's alright. um, if you say, oh, man, I shouldn't have eaten that. I am fat. Then what you need to do is, instead of being like, oh, shouldn't do, negative energy, fat, negative body thing, negative stuff to yourself, be like, that wasn't the best choice. I'm gonna make a decision to make a different choice next time because that choice didn't really make me feel very good. And then you'd be like, oh man, you're right, I'm sorry. And then if you go catch yourself grabbing some junk food, just be like, oh, that's silly. Let's have something healthy instead, you know? Instead of being like, you fat bitch, and then eating it anyway. I don't know if you do that. Do you do that? Let me know if you do that. I know lots of people do that. Okay. You would think that I had my coffee already. In fact, I have a decaf. Well, I did have an energy drink earlier, but that was a little while ago. I need to calm down. Alright. Wow. Alright, so make sure that when, like, you're not just like going through life thinking, oh yeah, well, I'll do that whole positive self-talk thing whenever it comes up. Don't just wait for it to come up. That's a cop out. That is literally you wasting your own time. You're not going to get into any kind of habit doing it if you just wait for yourself to do something bad and then be like, oh no. That's not how it works. Alright, you need to get yourself alone. Sounds a bit weird. You need to find a space for yourself, set a space for yourself, and let yourself be alone, be by yourself. And you need to lay things out in front of you that shows the way that you have been communicating with yourself. Do you have junk food wrappers from the night before? You put that out in front of yourself, and how do you feel when you look at that? If you feel bad, then that is you communicating to yourself, I didn't like that decision. I'm probably not likely to do that again and feel good about it. And then talk to yourself about it. Why did I do that? Why did I get that if I knew I would feel like this afterwards? And just literally have a conversation with yourself about it. Did you guys see that thing that dropped? Was that an orb? Was that a ghost behind me? I don't know. Anyway, and it's like, really get to know your feelings, get to know everything that is going on in your head and in your body. Feel your emotions in your body, because whenever you think about something, your physical reaction inside your body is how you are telling yourself how you feel about it. If you think about hanging out with certain people and you start to feel ill or anxious, or you start to feel a little bit tense, that is your body saying, we're not supposed to be with these people because they don't do good things for our energy right now. And maybe you don't do good things for their energy right now. That was just an example, okay? So make sure that you're having all kinds of conversations with yourself and paying attention to your physical reactions. Pay attention to your body language. Do you notice that when you're talking about certain things, you start fiddling with your fingers, you start like shaking your leg or something, and think, now why did my body react that way? There's a reason. Usually that thing is associated with anxiety or stress or nervousness or whatever it is. Sometimes, for instance, when I am struggling with something or I'm getting angry, or usually when I'm angry at myself for doing something, which I was like, I'm not going to do that, and then I did it, I find myself, it's not the most healthy thing, but I find myself scratching up my arms as though, indicating slicing my arms open, which is not good, and I've never done with the intention of actually ending my life or anything, but it's something that is an indication that I need to take a step back and I need to start treating myself a little bit better, because it's gotten to the point where my body is doing a thing. It's showing me, no, I'm not coping right now. Take a step back and do something about it. And sometimes before I even get to that point where my body starts to move to just do that by itself, I'll get the thought, I'll just be like, slice. And like, oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not doing a good times. Not doing a good times. So pay attention to your cues. This is how you learn to know yourself. And it's hard to move toward your future if you haven't understood who you are in the present. And looking back on who you were in the past is not going to help you understand who you are now. It's rejecting who you are now, in fact. Have you ever felt rejected? Have you ever felt rejected by yourself? It sucks. And if you're looking back on the past and being like, well, I wish I was that, that is you rejecting yourself right now. And it sucks to feel rejected. Don't do that to yourself. Treat yourself better than that. You wouldn't go, well, I would hope, you wouldn't go out of your way to spend time with people that will make you feel like that. So don't. Don't be that guy that treats you that way. That guy sucks. Not saying that you suck, but, Alright, well, anyways, I run out of time for that 20 minutes. If you want to book your own personalized reading, I do them online. So, literally, if you can't figure it out, like appointment-wise in the book now thingy, really, I encourage you to message me and we'll have a talk and we'll organize a time that works for both of us. If this has helped you in any way, make sure that you like this video and subscribe. Hit that bell thing, which I hear is a thing, and literally just try and get notifications for when we upload, which is multiple times a week. Things have been a bit hectic lately, so I don't know if I'm gonna hit my quota for this week, but yeah, I will give you your reading. It's only $60 for 30 minutes, which is longer than these free ones, and it is all about your specific path. Yeah, you can get information and get good stuff from all of these free ones on YouTube, but if you really want to move forward, make sure you get your own personalized reading. It will give you your next steps on what to do to move toward your path, your specific path, okay? Something sounded like a crash outside. That wasn't very good, but hopefully it wasn't, and it was fine. Um, yeah. I do have a Patreon in case you wanted to support me. I sadly have not been regularly uploading cool stuff on there. One of the things I wanted to do was film myself doing stuff, and I haven't figured out how to like share videos. You can't do it on there, so I'm just like, I need to find a way to store it somewhere and share a link to it or something. Um, but yeah, we appreciate you watching our videos, and we hope that you are actually paying attention to the messages, because if you got this far, then the message is for you. And if not for you, then for somebody that you know. Make sure you're sharing the readings with your loved ones that you think will actually really benefit them, because that's what this space is for. And yeah, I guess I just love you guys so much, and I'm a go. If you live in northern Western Australia, that's where I live, and I've been trying to do those face-to-face readings. So I'll put it on the Northern Community Board when I'm doing it, so that you could come into the shop and meet me face to face. And if any of you are like into pure romance and you want a pure romance party, I can also do that. I'm getting a car soon, so I can like do that, and it'll be great. All right, I love you guys. Anyway, goodbye and stuff.